I'll just ask you a couple of final things. And if you would like, then we take a little break and then we have our little meditation downstairs. You can have, a little coffee or something. But okay, I think we've made some progress this time. We have covered more than we can possibly assimilate. But we get the idea, and I think what I'll do is just review the rules. Just think of them and what we have studied and the kind of system that we have been working out as we meditate to try to make them a little real for ourselves. Rule 7, the dual forces on the plane whereon the vital power must be sought are... I'm just going to read this to you, okay? The dual forces on the plane whereon the vital power must be sought are seen. The two paths face the solar angel. The poles vibrate. A choice confronts the one who meditates. Rule 8. The Agni Suryans respond to the sound, the waters ebb and flow. Let the magician guard himself from drowning at the point where land and water meet. The midway spot, which is neither dry nor wet, must provide the standing place whereon his feet are set. When water, land, and air meet, there is the place for magic to be wrought. Rule 9. Condensation next ensues. The waters ebb and the fire and waters meet. The form swells and grows. Let the magician set his form upon the proper path. Rule 10. As the waters bathe the form created, they are absorbed and used. The form increases in its strength. Let the magician thus continue until the work suffices. Let the outer builders cease their labors then, and let the inner workers enter on their cycle. And finally, Rule 11. 3 things the worker with the law must now accomplish. First, ascertain the formula which will confine the lives within the ensphering wall. Next, pronounce the words which will tell them what to do and where to carry that which has been made. And finally, utter forth the mystic phrase which will save him from their work. Now, in these pages, we have probably studied 1/3 of what D.K. wrote in these pages. I think there must be 250 to 300 pages here in the Treatise on White Magic. But we have studied enough and meditated enough to give us an idea of how it works. We're all engaged in the business of listening to the soul and trying to do something in the world of value. So we will get ideas. These ideas will be inspired by the soul, who will receive them from the plane of ideas which is fertilized by the universal mind, and some little part of that divine intention is coming down for us. And we are then, on the basis of this impression, working in a concentrated mental way to create a form, a mental form, which we begin to build and then desire to see manifested and which will impress itself eventually through our alignment of soul, mind, and brain upon the ethers of the head. It will stimulate the pineal gland. We will develop a certain vital power which will aid us in vitalizing the idea. Even if we just talk about it, people will get it. Or whether we want to carry it out with our own hands and feet for a while, it will be a vital idea, and we will become more successful in our creative work. So we should realize, as we try to serve, what the white magic has to say about how we are doing that work. And when we're here together like this, we can work in a somewhat technical manner with a lot of attention to detail. But when we're alone, we can also remember some of what we've done here and try to take the time to apply what we have learned to render our service more effective, if we will do that. Now, that's just up to us whether we will sort of review our notes and systematize what we have learned and then try to apply it to our work. In the Moria Federation, we have a whole 2-year study of white magic, maybe 3 years, we'll have to see. Esoteric healing, white magic, and so forth. 2 to 3 years on each one. So hopefully, as the students are involved in their service opportunities, some of these things will be remembered by them and will be able to be applied. Do you have any questions about what we've done over these last 5 days, besides your unhappiness that we could not sing? I think it's fairly clear. We know we're only understanding a small percentage of what the Tibetan is trying to convey to us. There are many mysteries, but we have enough to become more effective in our work. So if there are no more, are there any questions, comments, questions? So if there aren't any questions or comments, we can take a little time now. Maybe it's 4 o'clock, so we can take 10 or 15 minutes, and then we can meet downstairs, and we'll just have a little closing meditation.